Yes? Perfect. Who wants to be in the front with good perception? I don't have good perception, but I'll be in the front with Luke. Luke is driving.
All right. So you want to make that
Zach,
perception?
hero.
Yes, I do. What'd you say, Jay?
See, that's the thing. I don't think that's even Zach talking. I think that's actually Xantix just going there.
Just like, let's go. Yeah. I hop in the back. I see Xantix is like in go mode, then I hop in the back.
Let's go. Perception. I don't know if Del can hear us or not, but just for the sake of... Oh, okay, well then roll your perception, you fuck.
There it is.
Hey, attaboy.
All right, so you start to make your way out of town through the north gates and up along the path leading foothills. It's a pretty cold morning, nice and clear though. Not many clouds in the sky, but a few little pockmarks. As you continue through, the more plains land starts to just ever so turn back into the forest as you are heading north, where you're coming from, but stays sparse enough that it's only a few hours, probably 1, almost 2 o'clock in the afternoon, by the time you start to approach very bumpy terrain. Luke, welcome back. Luke, you actually, thinking about the party, you are the only one who has actually been here before. So as the rest of you look out and see these foothills, it's pretty odd terrain. As you can see, the area is pocketed with somewhat steep hills, raising to almost perfectly flat plateaus. Best guess from where you are, top of these hills might be about 20 feet, up to 40 feet for some of the bigger ones, and easily 100 feet across at the base. These things pocket in a very random pattern, but there's no more than 15 feet between either of these bases before it starts to slope up again. Xantix, from your perception check,
Okay.
you can notice that around the area there's indication of fighting in the area. Some of the stuff looks like it could have been just left there from years back, but there are some signs of more fresh combat.
Okay. I'm just gonna say out loud, I think some people may have been fighting here recently. That's all I say.
Taya, can your wolf gather a scent on that?
I can try. Give me a second. And she just whistles slightly, and Scritch picks up. It's been a couple hours, so Scritch would definitely be visible again. Hops out the back and starts sniffing around. All right. So by the looks of it, Scritch has picked up on something as she barks a couple times, looks up for a second, and then starts to starts to run down through a few of these pockets. Are you guys gonna follow him, or?
Does it look like the cart can follow, or would we have to hop out?
With the hills, probably not follow with the cart, but I'm not sure.
Yeah. You could try to follow with the cart. It might be a little rough to keep at that pace, but you could try it.
Alright, I'll give it a shot.
Okay, make an animal handling check. And you can add your proficiency if you're not proficient. All right. So you try and keep at the same pace as Scritch and round the first hill pretty fast, but right as you try to take the second one, there's a little outcropping of a rock near one of the hills, hits it, and you bump over. The cart still seems okay, but you, by the looks of it, if you take another hit like that, you might actually damage the hills.
Sure, the passengers didn't enjoy that too much.
Yeah, is that a no then? On the can we make it? Could have just said no, and I will start to hop out.
Okay.
Are we following? Is that what we're doing?
Yeah, I'm getting out as well.
Okay. Then I guess we're all getting out and following.
Okay. So, following and chasing after this wolf for a little while, especially after the very first thing, Taya tries to get her to slow down a little bit. But you make your way through a few areas, and again, all of you can see now as you're passing a few signs of fighting here and there, abandoned camps. It's kind of odd to see this much activity, almost as if people were waiting to fight something on these hills. But this looks more like over a year old. But as you make your way through, eventually you find Scritch just waiting in an area, and it does look like a much more fresh battlefield with what looks like a rather large animal was killed here. It's from this distance you can't really make out what it is, but what you can make out is there is a creature there, as well as probably the corpses of 6 or 7 humanoids.
Sorry, did you say there's a creature?
Not a living one, but
Oh, okay,
yeah, there is an
okay.
animal. Yeah, there is an animal clearly torn pretty badly in the middle of this, or more off to the side of this little outcropping, as 4 or 5 hills have just aligned in an area to make this little pocketed, almost arena. You're about probably about 100 feet out. It's just the lineup has given you this view.
I'm gonna rush up and try to get a better look at these bodies to see if any of them are even still existing.
I'm just gonna be standing back, ready in case anything's gonna happen.
I'm
All right.
gonna do the same as
Ooh,
Xantix.
actually, you know what I want to do? I want to what's your fuck, I can't remember your name. Luke. Herberderp. How long does this take to cast? I actually want to cast something on you, Luke. If you don't mind. Luke?
Alright, if you quick.
Alright, well, I cast it from my ring, Kev, because I have a stack of it in the ring, but I cast my peace spell.
Which one?
The one I made.
Okay.
Peace. I cast that on Luke. I think I have to choose a word.
Alright, so Del A. It's weird. You can feel a magical force wash over you. It's nothing you've ever felt before, but oddly enough, even as you turn around, aside from the ring telling you Xantex's ring is behind you, you now have this almost sixth sense of where he is.
And the command word is gonna be just peace. So if you
Okay.
say peace and then my name, Luke, we switch places. Vice versa for me as well. I say peace and Luke. We switch places. We can do it 3 times
Alright.
for the next 4 hours. Alright. I'm good. You guys can do your thing. I'm backing up.
Wait, you're backing up.
I'm backing up a little bit, just for now.
Okay, I'll go. Damn it. I guess I'll go halfway, so 50 feet in, so that I'm not super far from either Xantix or Luke.
I'll
Okay.
stay within 60 feet of Luke.
Oh,
Then yeah, you
okay.
are moving in. You're 100 feet
okay.
out from
Yeah,
the
yeah.
episode.
That's why I was like, oh god.
Okay. No. I'm
Perfect.
moving from Luke. I'm staying within 60 feet of Luke. We're good.
Perfect. So then 30 feet. So that I'm right between them.
Okay. So, Luke, as you get closer, you can see the... Are you checking the animal or the people?
The people.
Okay. Make an investigation check. Gotta turn that down because that's going to be way too loud for me. Looking over the bodies, you can see they are of older men looking in like oddly set gear. Probably more like militiamen than anything else. One of them actually does look more like a hunter than anything else, but they're wearing rusted and corroded chainmail, a few leathers, and looking over, oddly enough, almost every piece of metal appears to just be pitted and pockmarked as if acid had melted them.
Alright, I'll call out something really damaged their armors, like acid or something. Assuming they're all just completely gone.
Yeah, looking them over, it seems like something like they're definitely gone. If you want to see what wounds probably did it, you can make a medicine check.
Alright, I'll do that.
A few of them you're not sure. One of them is pretty obvious, though. Looking down at the massive, like, almost cartoonish 3 talon claw strike that runs from, like, top of the neck down easily to his abdomen. It's a good bet that that's what killed him. The rest of them, you're not sure. There's bites, there's claw marks, there's a lot of what looks like burns, but at the same time, some areas most of the flesh has just been stripped. So something was probably eating these guys after it died. Or after they died. The rest of you can see Luke just kind of looking over bodies going from one to the next.
Well, I mean, I'm just waiting.
Yeah. Does it look like Luke is moving with purpose, or is he luking it and just like touching everything and walking around?
Is he looking it?
Mostly luking it. Looking up, is the wolf actually like bringing us to this location? Is that where it stopped, or is it still moving?
Oh yeah, Scritch is just kind of sitting there next to Taya now, just probably about 15, 20 from the epicenter of this place.
Can we ask Taya? Alright, never mind.
I'll ask Taya whatever you want.
I'm not near there. I'm 60 feet away.
Looking around at their these dead guys' weapons, can I tell if they made any hits? Like if there's any blood on them?
Yeah, having already looked over them, there's a few signs that they might have hit something, but at the same time, like they seem really badly damaged for only being out here probably for about a week.
Why were we brought here? I'm just gonna yell down to Taya or whatever. Why did the wolf bring us here? Is there any...
Well, Luke asked me to send her out for anything that was fresh, and I guess this is the freshest smelling thing she could find.
Oh, okay. There you go. So... we good here then, Luke, or you looking to investigate this area more?
Well, this is all I got. Next step might be looking for tracks around this area, since it's obviously been here.
Also, since you're up close now, Luke, you can see the remains of the creature that's in the middle of that area. At one point, you probably would have called it a snake. At this point now, it just looks like hunks of flesh.
So is there any head component to this snake left?
Yeah, there is some left. It seems that it cared more for meat than bone, so a fair bit of the skull is left. A lot of the meat has been picked clean.
Well, since we're in the vicinity, sort of, is it any similarity to the snake people that were near Oban?
Well, I mean, it kind of looks like a snake's head, kind of like the snake people who had snake heads, but beyond that, you don't see any humanoid body parts around the snake itself.
Luke, I'm gonna be honest with you. I think this is just a fight that just happened recently, and we can't do much about it. I mean, I'm just trying to wonder what we're trying to gather here.
I'll just call out. Let's fan out and look for some tracks then.
All right. Well.
I'll
Oh wait. Oh yes. My find familiar is a ritual, right? I can ritual. No, wait. I can just snap them out. Right? My owl.
If you, yeah, because you currently have
Just the owl.
Find Familiar
Okay.
cast.
Yeah.
It hasn't died since last time you cast it.
No. After the second cast.
Yeah, and you had it as an owl as of last time, right?
Yes. Yes. It's still an owl.
Then yeah, you should just be able to snap out your owl.
Okay. Sweet. I will do that. And I'm gonna stay within 60 feet of Luke, but I'm gonna have it, circling around within its distance that it can from me.
Okay.
Looking for. What are we looking for, Luke? Can we describe it one more time?
Some sort of tracks for a large creature.
A large creature. All right.
Two
Well,
heads.
I guess that's the best thing I'll be looking for with my owl. Large creature tracks.
Okay, so anyone who wants to try and do that can make survival checks.
All right. While I'm doing this, I'm within 60 feet of Luke. I don't know what's gonna apply to him because of my owl, but here's a survival check.
was
Have
like,
you guys been shouting or just like
I
ringing?
got closer if you want.
Oh, okay.
For the sake of it.
I was like, I don't know.
Well, I
how
mean,
much
Luke
this I
actually
heard.
did say he shouted, so
Oh.
maybe 50-50.
As the conversation went on, we slowly got closer and closer. As we realized, all right, if we're having a conversation. But yeah,
Was it-
I do all that. I don't know what my owl's survival stuff is. I had an owl.
I'm gonna
I thought I gave you an owl.
You do. You did. I mean.
I'm gonna go scout like
says-
the opposite direction that the
It
other
just
two are
has
traveling.
Advantage, Kev, on perception checks that rely on hearing. But that's really it from the looks of it. Character sheet. Oh wait, I lied. Yeah, perception +3, stealth +3, but and the wisdom is just +1, so nothing really crazy.
Luke, have you seen any signs of the creature like here at this site that you've been looking?
Luke is already like walking down a path trying to
Oh.
find things.
I'm within 60.
Never mind, I'll just stay here then.
Hey, inspire us.
Apparently everyone's gone.
Oh,
Just
alright.
here.
We'll come.
You and Taya just kind of sit there, kind of dumbfounded as Xantex and Luke have gone down one path. Kimiko has gone the complete other. And I just realized at this point, congratulations, guys, you are officially Scooby in the gang.
Hey. Wait.
But also, we have a dog. And
That's what completed it.
investigate. Yep, just the dog. But also, we have a ranger with a wolf.
Well, I mean, Luke said everyone split up and look for the thing.
Exactly. So Scooby-Doo.
Yeah, so we're splitting up and looking for the thing. I'm staying near Luke because he's my big boy.
Yeah, but it means we're all listening to Luke. That's also an issue here.
The other issue is the problem is that he's the guild leader, so I guess he gets to make the rules.
Split the party. I guess if everyone's going in, is there a direction then that I can?
So you essentially have 5 hills springing up around you. That's what's made this almost pseudo clearing. But each of those would have 2 routes around each other.
Okay.
So there are 3 more paths that no one has taken, and there's one path with Luke and Xantex, and another path with just Kimiko.
Okay. I will go with someone. So I guess Taya
Okay.
and the wolf. And I guess I'll let the wolf scout first, and then follow them down a path. But I'm not going alone.
Okay. So as you guys split up and head down a few different paths, Luke, you're looking around. You do manage to spot the familiar hill just from the odd scorch marks still left in the ground that the tower appeared on last year, but no animal tracks.
Okay.
Xantex, unfortunately, as you're just following down the same path as him, you don't see anything except for maybe Luke stopping by a hill that has surprisingly little grass growing on one portion of it. Kimiko, as you make your way down one of these other paths, I'm assuming you didn't have disadvantage on survival for some reason that I don't know.
No, it was just still on from last time.
Okay. So yeah, heading down, as you head by, you start to see some really weird set of tracks. As originally, it's not quite paw prints and like maybe a little tuft of fur that you found, but as it continues on, it turns more into like a beaten path. You still do see paw prints, but what was originally probably 4 now looks more like 2. And then like a dragged line through the middle, almost as if something was trying to brush away things, but not really. About a minute or 2 in of searching, you do meet back up with Vivine and Taya.
Oh, sweet. This is Kimiko.
And is that like with the path that I found, or
Following that path, because this is like a pockmarked almost maze. Once you had found that, I was assuming you were following along it.
Mm-hmm.
So you do eventually run back into them.
Okay. Yeah, it doesn't seem to be anything that direction. I guess we should keep going this way and point just like the opposite direction of where I came from.
Well, I mean, you guys.
Would that have been where we were coming from then?
No, it would have been almost a third path going off. Every so often, the wolf was picking up on some stuff, but nothing really specific. However, at the same time, in this clearing that you see here, there is that weird groove line that Kimiko had been following. And the wolf does seem pretty interested in it.
Something back that way? And I'll just like nod to wherever the wolf seems interested.
Yeah, it's worth a shot.
Have you seen the others?
I haven't seen anything.
On we go then.
I'll follow.
All right. So now that you guys are in groups, either each of you can make separate survival rolls, or if you were in a group, you can choose to aid another person.
I'd like to aid Luke, but can I aid him with the help of my owl? Like, how does that?
So no matter what, with the 3 of you there, any of you can use essentially the help action to aid
Oh.
the other, granting them advantage.
Can we stack help?
Well, it only grants advantage once, so unless Luke wants both of you to help him and then he covers his eyes, no, it's not going to help.
Well, my owl's still around looking. He'll do his own roll, but Luke can do his, and I'll help.
Okay.
I don't know. Try to use my
I'll
owl,
help
that's all.
the Fiend, I assume.
Or
wait,
yeah,
no,
we've got a ranger. Yeah,
I just realized the other is a ranger. Okay, I was thinking about that.
and I will cast guidance again.
Okay.
On whoever it seems is making the effort. For you, Kimiko, I assume it's super annoying. As I walk, I'm just shaking a tambourine so that I can cast.
Just tune it out.
Just tune it out.
Okay. So as you continue through, you're pretty well on this path until you hit almost like a fork where you've got two hills on either side of you, one right in front, and Scritch just starts digging at front, like the one right in front of you. After a little while of digging, if either of you two go up, you notice that covered under moss and a little bit of dirt, there appears to be a stone door set into the side. Well, either of those two decide what they want to do with it. Xentex, you and Luke are having a rough time getting around here, and end up. Actually, yeah, Xentex, you find this more than Luke does. It looks like you've doubled back on yourselves, as just rounding the next corner, you again find that clearing with the snake, 4 or 5 dead guys.
Ah. Alright, Luke, do you know where we're going?
No.
Maybe we should, Why are we looking for these blue footprints again? Is this our mission? What was our mission again? I kind of just, meta-wise, I just don't remember.
We're hunting a two-headed creature that no one really knows what it looks like.
And is this the area?
Last reported.
Okay.
So far, the bodies are damaged by some acid, and that matches one of the stories, but we've heard so many, one of them are bound to match.
Okay.
But if we can't find anything around here, we should see if anyone else has found anything. I'll try to head towards any ring sense if anyone's in range. Otherwise, I'll just head back to the cart.
Remind me again what the range on your ring sense is.
250 feet.
Then yeah, you can get just enough to pick out near the very edges of your range, where 3 of them are.
Alright, I think they're this way. Feels like it.
Okay, they're heading over. You two, you've got a wolf.
And you said a stone door, basically?
Yep.
Does it look like it's been touched recently?
Probably not, because the wolf is like digging moss off it.
I'll go see if there's like a way I can open.
Okay. Looking it over, it does seem like there is a handle you can haul on. It is kind of set at an angle, so it might be a little heavy to lift.
I'll give it a try anyways.
Strength check.
While that's happening, can I look to see it? Like,
Sure, you can do whatever you want.
oh, well, do I see Kimiko try to open this door? Does she open it?
Yep. Nope.
Oh, jeez. Oh, okay. Yep and no. Got it.
You
I
do
just wanted
see
to
her.
check. Trying. Yeah. Well, I wanted to check it to make sure that she would not get injured doing this. But if she already pulled, then I probably would step back and just see what happened instead.
Ugh, this is really heavy. I need somebody else to help.
I'll flex and say I don't know that I'm the gal for that. Maybe
Suppose we should find Luke.
If we look up, do we see the owl?
Make a... Well, actually, what's your passive perception?
It is a...
Because I know yours is pretty high.
It's an 18.
So yeah, looking around doesn't take you too long. You do see the owl circling above an area, but slowly making its way towards you.
Then, okay, if I see it moving toward us, I think they're on their way.
And it doesn't take too long. Eventually, you come around the corner, you see the 3 of them kind of waiting by what appears to be a weird stone. Yeah, you can see it from this range. So a stone door kind of set into the base of a hill.
So this is what we found. Did you guys have any luck?
Nope.
No. What's in there?
What's in there?
I will flex again.
I will
We don't know.
Try to
I'll just
open it.
like put I'll put my hand on Luke's shoulder and just say, how about you give it a try? And cast guidance. Yet again.
Okay. Just a regular handle or what?
Yeah. Okay, so even without the guidance, you yank, it catches just for a second, yank a second time, and it comes free. And you can see the light trickles down at least 10 or so feet. It's at an odd angle to get any further down, but there are rough cut stone steps down.
How big is this opening?
If you were to go like parallel to the angle that it's going down, probably 6 or 7 feet high, a good 5 feet wide.
Just look to the group and say, last time I was in these hills, because of an eclipse, a building magically appeared on one of these hills, and our group went inside, and it was dangerous, and I'm wondering if this is similar.
Sounds really interesting. You should open the box.
Box?
Or oh wait, what are we opening?
There's an open door that leads down into a hill.
Oh, why did I think it was a box? Yeah, open it. Let's
Probably
go.
because you still have 2 boxes you forgot about back in the base.
I didn't forget about them. I put them there for fucking later. Those things were heavy as shit, dude.
Right, I'm gonna pull out my drift orb and light it to dim and have it in front of me as I walk down.
All right. Make a dexterity saving throw.
If I if I look 2 strikes, does the wolf seem hesitant to go down?
The wolf's
At
kind of
all?
just sitting at the side playing with something it found in the grass.
It sounds wonderful.
It's a wolf. They didn't pay too much attention to the door after they dug it up.
Yeah, I just wanted to see if there was any sense coming from down there. I guess I will just try to listen out myself then.
Okay, as you start to listen, you hear the snap of something.
Luke, what did you do?
Broke my femur.
Luke, what'd you do?
Luke, you are going to take 7 bludgeoning damage.
Heck yeah, dude. 7 damage. Take it.
As you have tripped a cord and a small set of boulders have come down on you.
Alright, is it like blocking the passage? Am I able to move them out?
They've kind of taken you down to the very base of this with them. You can see behind you. They probably fill up about halfway up that entrance area. So if the others were to come down, they'd probably have to crawl over them, but you aren't sealed in.
Okay, I'm gonna blast them with this circlet.
Okay. Are any of you guys looking down the staircase from the top?
Yes.
Yeah, I would be.
I would be.
Okay. So, all of you see a bright flash of light and a cacophonous, almost thunderclap come from the bottom.
Oh.
Just
A little louder this time. Luke, What are you doing? What are you doing?
Clearing the path.
Is that what he's doing?
Do we recognize that? Like you said, we see like a flame, but do we recognize it as Luke casting something?
Luke, have you ever used the circlet with them?
Yeah, he has.
Back in the shrine room with the autonomous creatures, I used it to try to open up that thing we crawled through. V was on the other side of it. Everyone else was with me fighting stuff. So I don't think they actually saw it. They might have heard it.
Okay, so the three of you can make an Arcana check to see if you recognize it.
Wait, 3?
The three who are at the top.
Oh, it's everybody but Luke.
Well, Luke knows exactly what happened, I hope.
Oh, fair enough. Jeez.
Okay, so Xantix and Kimiko, both of you at the very least recognize the spell in regard to you've seen it used before, so it's probably Luke using that weird circlet that he has and forgets about from time to time. V, you don't quite recognize it, so it's a 50% shot that Luke just used some magic that he knows that you don't remember, or Luke set off another trap and is too embarrassed to say it.
So instinctively, the second choice. Is there a path down for us, or is
Oh yeah, there's still
safe
stairs.
path without fall? Okay.
I mean, there's a few like smaller rocks that didn't fall all the way down, but yeah.
Yeah, so I'll just cautiously start to enter then, assuming that Luke needs help.
I'll be behind you.
Right, making your way down, it's only like 15, 20 feet down. And as you get closer, the light from the drift globe lights up the area. You can see scorch marks in this blasted area of what was probably debris or rockfall between you and Luke. He looks okay, a little bit beaten up. Probably still some, like, I guess you call it rock dust. You know, whenever you see, like, rock falls move and there's that little bit of powder?
I mean, usually I call it cocaine, but sure.
So he's covered in that and slightly tinted gray because of it. But looking down and Luke giving a look around this room, there's a single room, roughly 40 foot in diameter, perfectly circular. In the very center of the room, there is a stone sarcophagus, and there are two etched, like, stone guards standing on either side of it.
All right, here we go.
As I said, dangerous.
I think we should keep going in.
Okay, you're in.
All right, everyone, we're in now. What do you mean by we're in? We went in.
You all see this 20-foot like this circular room with the sarcophagus in the middle and two like stone statues carved to look like
Okay.
giving a look over, they look closer to like a savage than a knight, but they do appear to be, they're carved to look like they're guarding the sarcophagus.
Gotcha.
How far apart are the statues?
Either end of the sarcophagus lengthwise, and that's about 7.5, maybe 8.
Can I roll Arcana on them?
Sure. You want to go up and inspect them for something magical?
Yeah. Sweet.
They have a lot of tribal tattoos carved on them. Some people might say they're magic, but I mean that's really unrefined. You don't pay attention to that stuff.
Well, so there was a door between them?
No, there's a sarcophagus, but
Oh, sarcophagus. Well, look, let's open the sarcophagus.
Can we check for more
let's-
traps first?
I know,
Yeah.
right? You're about to loot it, Xantix.
All right.
Can we
all
look
right.
around anywhere first?
If you guys want to take a minute to look around, I will give you 10 minutes, and I sit down and ritual cast detect magic.
okay,
Yeah, I want to check the sarcophagus for traps.
sure. Make an investigation check.
Nice.
So, looking it over, you actually do find one hidden in towards either side of the guard. It's a little almost pulley mechanism. It looks like if you move the top of the sarcophagus off, it will pull on both of these, and the stone axes that each of them are holding will swing forward, sweeping in, covering the front of where the sarcophagus is.
Is Luke still around?
Yeah, I'm looking around for more rope or plate traps.
I'd flag your attention, like make a note, traps to you.
Sorry, what was that? Make note traps. What?
Just like I'd point out the traps to you on the sarcophagus. Mention that if we'd like to open this, yeah, those are gonna be bad.
How do they activate?
Those pulleys on the you said on the like handles you said, yeah.
Almost set in somehow to the top cover of the sarcophagus. If you push that away, it drags the little lines with them, and that motion will make the axes swing in on that area.
Okay. Are the axes like positioned in such a way where it's like it's weighted so they're gonna go no matter what, or is this just a matter of the actual action of pulling the lid is what causes the axe to move? Like, could I just cut the wire and like solve the problem?
It looks like there's probably some distance that it needs to push, but like where they're held, it's enough where if a little more distance, it will push it over the edge. And these things are just massive, made of stone, and momentum will keep it going.
So it's more like they're just gonna fall. Okay.
Yeah.
So okay, yeah. So yeah, we can probably just cut these wires. And I think we'll be okay.
Motherfucker's defusing a bomb. Do it.
Does anybody have anything sharp?
Kidding me?
Would you like to come cut these wires?
I'll just bring out my axes and just like try to finesse swing them. These.
I was gonna say, does it look like something you need to finesse rather than?
Carefully.
Yeah.
I mean,
You can
it
just put your
depends.
axe
Do you
against
want to
them
keep the
and strike.
sarcophagus perfectly intact, or Like, if you don't care about chipping a little bit of the stone, no, you can just swing at it. They were just well hidden.
Yeah,
You got anything smaller, Luke?
I was like, can we be careful?
It's-
Anyways.
Luke, it's
All
not.
right.
It's not you. It's your rolls. If you roll 1, we just.
I know I roll around the ground a lot, but I ain't gonna be rolling for this attack.
Okay.
Just cut the wires. It'll be fine, Luke. Just cut the wires.
I just swing my axe into him.
All right, and easy enough. You cut it through. You chip a little bit into the stone, but the sarcophagus itself looks pretty thick, and both the cords just fall down to the ground.
Suppose we can open. I think we're safe to open the sarcophagus now. We want to check what's inside. Not that I necessarily expect anything glamorous in.
I look at Sound6. He's still out of it.
Am I?
It's only probably been about 5 minutes.
Might want to wait on that.
Gonna shimmy around the walls of the room, looking for
Okay.
anything protruding or other entrances.
Okay, make an investigation check. Going around the outside of this room, you can see it looks like originally there were depictions on the walls. A lot of them are pretty badly gone. On the one section that does seem to be okay, you can see almost like a relief carving of probably somewhere around 20 human-sized characters at least, all wielding heavy axes or crude weapons, all charging in against. It looks. You're not quite sure, but you'd swear it was. You'd swear again it was human, except for the fact that it's probably twice the size of these guys. On top of it, it was wearing really clean-cut armor. It's very well detailed on that. One of the characters in the pack of 20 does stand out, though. He is wielding a rather thin longsword. But beyond that, the rest of the stuff seems too far damaged to see what the other reliefs could have been.
Is the thin swordsman leading the charge?
Not quite, but by the looks of it, whoever was leading the charge is currently in the hands of Giant. Bavine, are you doing anything during this time?
No, if Kimiko checked the sarcophagus, someone checked the statues, and Luke is going around the walls, then no, I'm just kind of patiently waiting.
Okay.
Probably making as I do so.
So if you all wait, eventually Xantex finishes up. Your detect magic is active. Aside from the regular light in the room, the area kind of lights up a little bit from the varying degrees of magical things everyone has on them.
Okay. But anything relevant that sticks out from the sarcophagus, or?
No. I mean, it's
Okay.
a thick stone sarcophagus.
Well, I still have this on for a little bit, so let me know if anything sticks out or stands out.
Sure thing.
I mean, I don't see anything, guys, so nothing that stands out, at least to me.
Looking at the sarcophagus, is it easy to tell how the lid's taken off? Is it just slide, or if I need someone's help to pull the other side open?
I mean, it's pretty heavy, so it might take a fair bit of force to get it off, but you could probably slide it off. It's whatever way you want to try and remove it.
Alright. I'll try to push it open away from the perpendicular to the guards towards like the exit of the room, the back of the room.
Make a strength check. You slide it and it moves like 2 or 3 inches and it's moved a little bit.
Enough to see inside it all?
Nope.
Okay, I'll give it another push.
Okay. This time, pushing much harder, trying to get over some kind of catch that you must have gotten. Everyone can hear like a slight little snap, and the thing goes flying up the other side, falls to the back, and anyone behind can see that the top has cracked in half. Like a big fissure has cut through the side of it. Xantix, now with it open, you can see a glow in there.
Oh, okay. That's glowing in there, the crack.
Also, Luke, being over the top of it, you are probably coughing as you have released something sealed and dust has flown up in front of you.
Is this magic growing, moving?
Nope.
Okay.
Just a faint glow. Almost like
something.
Almost like the same amount of light a dying fire in a fireplace would have.
Oh, can I look in the crack? Is there anything in there? Do I see
Oh, I mean the whole top is open.
Oh, I look in.
So inside you can see the skeleton of a rather large person. It's just bones at this point. It seems that one of the legs was up and is snapped now at the, it looks like while Luke was trying to open it, he snapped part of the bone.
Oh.
Resting in his hands is a small... I mean, it would be a rather large locket, but it looks more like a container someone would hang around their chest that can hold something very small, and that's what's glowing.
Can you say that again? I'm sorry. I was trying to type it out and I couldn't keep up.
Okay, so it's a small container that would hang around someone that has a chain, so it would hang around someone's neck.
Okay.
It's made of some kind of metal, you're not sure what. And it would be rather large for a necklace, but in terms of a container, it holds less. It would hold less than a flask.
Wow. Maybe we'll look at what this is later. I don't want to sit and identify. Unless you guys really want me to.
Not really.
Okay.
There is
Then
a
we'll do it
relic
later, but
I
I'll-
point over to the wall, depicting something of a giant creature fighting things, or people.
Oh.
That's the only clue I have that would this have anything to do with what we're looking for.
Well, I'll take a look at it. Kev.
Okay, just taking a look at it.
Yeah, just taking a simple look at it.
And this, you're talking about the relief in the wall rather than
Whatever Luke was talking about.
Okay, so yeah, it's it's a relief set into the wall. Looks somewhere in the ballpark of 20 men fighting what looks to be a male roughly twice the size of these guys. But the pack of 20 look to be wearing like leathers and hides and like things you'd expect of a nomadic tribe. Whereas the larger one is wearing very fine cut armor.
Okay.
By the way, Zach, can you turn yourself up a little bit?
Oh.
I don't know about for everybody else, but he's like really quiet for me, and I have you at 200% apparently.
Yeah, so do I.
Sorry, brother.
That's much better right there. Thanks.
Is the skeleton in the sarcophagus human-sized or larger?
Pretty big human, but still human. Probably 6.5 feet tall.
Xantix, did you take the container object?
Necklace, yes.
Okay.
Yes, I have it. Why?
Just wanted to make sure you actually took it out.
Yes, I have it. All right, now what?
Did you try opening it?
Do we want to right here, right now? Is that what we want to do? We just want to open this? I mean, I'm down for that if everyone's ready for all hell to maybe break
Be okay.
All right, fuck it.
Do you have
I'm,
an inkling that all hell might break loose? Here's on this.
I always think all hell's gonna break loose. I take the jar out and I open it.
It's a little. It's gotten a little stuck just from time, but eventually you pull it off, uncork it. So yeah, you have an open container.
Oh, okay. I was expecting something crazy. This is the thing that's glowing magically, right?
Yep.
Okay. There's more to this.
So it's empty.
Is there anything in it? Yeah. Beat me to it.
Is there anything? What do you mean? Is there anything in it? I don't. Can I see anything in it?
I mean, it's a dark, opaque metal container. You can't see anything inside. But I mean, at the same time, like, it's kind of hard to see. Like, imagine looking inside a Pepsi can.
Gotcha. All right. Well, I'll just tip it upside down and see if something spills out a little bit.
After a little bit of time, a single drop of something comes out and hits the floor.
And what color is it?
Dark, muddy, brownish red. And it is like thick as molasses.
What do you guys want to do with this? I mean, I can take time to identify it right now, but you guys don't want me to. But you want me to know what it is.
I mean,
What?
we can just deal with it later, can't we?
Yeah, that's what I was
Yeah.
exactly thinking.
I just want to know if the thing in your hand is magical, or you said, actually, you didn't say it out loud that it was faint. Or is that drop of whatever, is that what's
Is
magical?
the drop magical?
Not that you can see.
Then let's
But the
grab it and go.
container is- All right, let's get the fuck out of here. I cork that shit and I pack it up.
Okay. So you guys are back outside?
I mean, there's nowhere else to go in there, so. Right, guys?
Have we checked thoroughly? I mean, this place is trapped. Is there any like other?
I mean, I checked the walls. I didn't find anything besides that painting, sketching thing.
I guess we can go ahead and go then.
Can I try to shut the door?
On the way out?
Yeah.
Okay. So we leave and we shut the door. That's what we're doing, right?
Sure.
Okay, perfect.
I mean, again, guys, like, oh, it's been a while. I'm just the one saying this is what happens around the world as you say you're doing stuff.
I know, I'm asking them. Because I'm ready to find the two-headed beast.
Yeah, I was hoping or I was thinking there might be something down here that would give us clues to what it is, but it seems like it's just
I honestly thought it
something
would be
else.
fucking in there, and that's why people can't find it and whatever. But
Yeah, I think we're good to go ahead and go though. So start heading
Okay.
out.
So none of us found anything related to that creature around these hills.
well, maybe we're tracking it the wrong way.
Maybe.
And Taya picks up. Well, we have kind of been trusting a wolf just to find what's interesting in the area.
Well, why don't you hunt it?
What would be your
Well,
approach?
Well, what are we hunting?
Luke, can you describe what we're hunting?
A creature larger than a bear that may spit acid or fire that has two heads.
Okay, well, have we seen any tracks of a creature that's larger than a bear? Because we were following, like, a pair of tracks on maybe Halo a little while ago.
You said we were following tracks?
Well, Kimiko and Vivine and I were. She, like, you see her duck around a few of the hills for a second, then just, yeah, over here. Take a look.
Alright, I'll look at what she's telling me.
So there are tracks skirting around one of hills, and it appears you can see sets of paw prints, probably 1.5 times the size of like tracks you'd behind, in like pretty even pattern, and then in between the two of them, just disturbed ground, almost as if something was dragged through the middle.
Is the disturbed ground like constant, like straight, or is it like wiggling around?
Waves around a little bit, but it's mostly straight.
Well, if this is our best lead, we should try to follow follow these.
All right.
I'll follow you guys.
Okay, it's still
Following Luke.
it's still daylight out, right?
Yeah, it's
Noon
starting to
sunset?
get dark because it's wintertime and it gets dark pretty early. But you've probably got another 3 or 4 hours of daylight left.
Alright,
And I mean, like, that's including the sun is setting and it's twilight hours.
okay. I'll put away the drift orb and start following the tracks. Keeping in mind if the tracks leave like the hills completely, then I'll stop.
Yeah, and it does it takes you a little while following them as it zigs and zags around the areas, and you start to pick up as you get further and further into this field. Every so often you'll see the remains of some dead animals. But eventually it does break out from these hills into the forest side, and it looks like it does head into the forest.
Okay. Considering it's going into this forest and the things we've seen it eat, we should probably go back and get our horses and cart.
Okay.
How far? Just guessing how far away from the cart does it feel like we are at this point?
You've been walking around here for the better part of 3 hours, but you've also been going very much in random curvy directions. So, how well were you paying attention to the path you were on?
Absolutely not at all. Where is the cart? Exactly.
Near the. Hey Xantex, could you help us with your bird and finding our cart?
Yeah. I help us with our bird. With my bird.
Literally at the same time, I would ask Taya if she had any sense of where we've been.
Where's our cart? Kev, I use my owl to find our cart. Where's our horses?
Okay. Takes a few minutes, and even the owl flies out of your range for a little bit. But a minute or two later, it flies back in. You just sent it to find the cart. You're probably a good 20 minutes walk back to your cart.
20 minutes from the cart? We're only 20 minutes away, I say to the group.
Now, you said this spell you cast on me, we could switch places. Could you, like...
It's gonna run out in about 10 minutes here, like...
Can you do that with your bird? Or the bird needs to talk?
Technically, it's a willing creature, right, Kev?
Yeah, I think it is creature, not humanoid.
Oh, you are right, Luke.
Yep, one willing creature. Actually, the spell would already be over.
Yeah, well, the spell's over now.
No, because you use detect magic, which is also concentration.
Oh, right, there's that too. Well, it's gonna be over anyways in about 5 seconds if it was on. But yeah, I guess I could use it on my bird. That's a good idea, but kind of want to use it with you.
Okay. I was just seeing if we could like just hop over there with your bird, switch, and then have someone drive it back.
Oh no, I mean, they have to be within 60 feet of me.
Oh, okay. So the option is I could speed myself up and run over there and get it, and come back, or we can go as a group.
Well, the longer we take debating this, the longer it's gonna take. So I say we
I was
just
gonna
start
say
going.
it's a 20-minute walk.
Yeah, right. Like,
let's just go.
Okay.
we go.
All right. So, with the guidance of Xantix's owl keeping you from getting lost through this maze again, you make your way back to the cart. Is there the horses have kind of like laid down a little bit? It looks like they were napping somewhat.
Okay. Hey, horsies. All right, guys, let's get our shit.
Alright, I'll get them up and moving. Head them towards the forest we just left the border of.
Sure thing. So you make your way, skirt your way around the outside of the hills until you make your way back up forest area. You are adjacent to the forest now, but it's. Do you want to go all the way up to where you saw the tracks break into the forest, or?
Is it doable for the cart compared to the trouble I had earlier?
It's definitely easier this way up. It's just it'll slow you down. Like actually taking the horse this way will be slower than if you just went on foot.
What do you guys think? Should we risk the cart? Like I want to keep the horses near. Could just detach them and bring them along.
I mean, yeah, let's just do that. Just attach them.
Okay, I'll start getting them unharnessed.
Okay. This takes you a few minutes, but you head back and you've made your way back to the area that has the tracks leading into the forest.
Alright, starting to look into and head into the forest. Did the tracks change at all?
Not really. In fact, it's a little easier to follow as areas seem to get broken up and a lot of cracked twigs and branches as it moves through the area. Although it is starting to snow, so it might get a little bit harder as time moves on.
Great, I think we should pick up our pace, guys, and try to
Yeah.
find the end of these tracks.
Okay.
Do the horses have saddles on them to ride with?
Nope, you have never gotten saddles for them.
Right.
At best, you've been leading with like a set of reins.
Just keep doing that. And Taya, if you could follow the tracks for us as we try to be faster at this.
Okay. And she starts to make her way through quickly and pretty quietly, probably about every so often you think she's disappeared ahead of you, but she's at no time is Shara really more than 30 feet ahead of you. What? Okay. And you're following this path for a good 30 minutes or so. Just picking out things until you finally catch up to Taya, at which you found almost not quite a cliff wall, but a stone outcropping. And set into it are almost pockmarked holes, which are realistically how high up in size. They're probably decent-sized caves. Luke, make a history check. While you haven't been here, you've been in one similar to this. So these are fairly extensive cave networks that you never actually found out what creature made them. But you went into one similar just outside of Kepri when you were helping a somewhat friendly, somewhat mysterious dwarf clear out an old dwarven cache. So you know that while these look small, there could be pretty extensive cave networks ahead of
And no one here was with me for that, right?
I don't believe so.
Let's point out, these holes probably are caves that connect to each other. Probably need to pick some to explore through and might find what we're looking for. Did the tracks lead in there, Taya?
Taya looks over. Well, I kind of make it out to there, and it's about 20 feet ahead of all of you into this slight opening. And you can see the tracks go like up that 20 feet and then stop dead. And then another about 25 feet from there is where the cliff wall starts.
Like the start of the bottom of the cliff?
Well, it's pretty much a sheer face, so. But yeah, it's 20 feet from you to where the trail ends, and then another 25 feet until you hit the sheer wall. So even the base is about 45 feet away from.
Okay, and you're saying that the tracks did stop at the 20 feet? They're not at the...
Yep.
Okay. at where the tracks stop and see if, like, the impression of the last set of tracks is deeper?
Sure. Make a nature check. Most definitely. The footprint just beforehand is probably about a third as deep into the ground as this one is.
If I had to guess, it jumped from here?
Meta-wise, I'm laughing just because of how often Luke has done poorly. He's getting perfect information right now, and I don't know if his party believes him.
Yeah, do we
Like,
believe you, Luke? I don't know if I
he's
trust you
just
right
really
now.
lucky that,
it's not like the Ranger's not even looking at this.
well, he's just lucky it's not something like another fairy dragon came by, and he was nailing these perfectly correct, because you guys would never believe that shit.
Looking around from where I'm standing, does any of these cave pockets seem reachable from a jump?
From one of your jumps, or
Yeah. Maybe.
oh no, nowhere close from one of yours. Some creatures you've seen, maybe. You would need a long jump of probably about 40 feet to hit any of the cave marks.
This just makes me think it can fly or
Uh-huh.
something. Like, this doesn't. Confused.
Maybe it can change. I mean, people said it was they all said it looked different. Maybe it can change forms.
Did any of the rumors mention wings? Did we get any
Well,
direct?
So, can I get a description of this again? We have a 40-foot gap in front of us.
Okay, so you are at the edge of a small clearing. It's more just the trees have gotten really sparse next to this cliff wall.
Okay.
So from the point where it gets sparse to the end of the tracks is about 20 feet. Another 25 feet from there is where the cliff wall actually starts. And up at random heights scattered in the rock are these almost cave entrances from what Luke is describing.
Okay. Here's what I do then. I cast fly on myself.
Okay.
And I fly up there. Staying a little bit far away, just check it out as I go up. And I'll use my L to help me.
Sure. And you do have dark vision.
That is correct.
Okay. So you are more helpful than your owl in this case. Is your owl is having a little bit. I mean, your owl is checking out some, but
I was gonna say,
you're
does he
trying
not
to
have dark
flip.
vision?
It's more you're trying to flip between the two, and you guys have the same eyesight. Because don't forget, whenever you see through the owl, you go blind.
Well, can I use it? Can I just use it to telepathically communicate with me? If it sees a thing, isn't that a thing?
I thought, well, it can only give more emotional things, like this feels dangerous or I am scared kind of stuff.
I mean, well, I'm just saying, since while your familiar is within 100 feet of you, you can communicate with it telepathically. Additionally, as an action, yeah. I mean, I guess I just, if it sees a thing, if it's scared, I guess, or sees something unknown, but I'll rely on my eyesight.
Well, that's the thing. While it can communicate telepathically, does Find Familiar actually have like a language?
I'm unsure. It doesn't really say.
Uh,
I mean, whatever a celestial fae or fiend is, I mean,
yeah. The way it seems from this is more you don't have to say, "Hey, owl, fly 20 feet forward." When it's within 100 feet of you, you can just think it.
Gotcha. Well, I guess I'll use myself then, mostly. The owl's here.
So yeah, checking through the cave areas, a few of them end pretty quick. Staying back is nice, as in one of them, it looks like you found the den of a hibernating bear, but the bear is still asleep.
Uh-huh. Okay, good.
There are 2 or 3 of them that go back far enough that you can't see the end of the cave.
Well, I have this really great spell that can help me do that, Kev. I cast a firebolt down one of them.
Okay. So a firebolt goes streaking down and it hits the back of one of hits the back wall. You don't really see anything in there.
Do I hear anything?
Make a perception check.
Ooh. Please don't fail me, my brother.
A little bit of sizzling of like steam as you
Okay.
probably hit something like ice or snow and it evaporated.
Okay. Well, I look at the next cave.
Okay.
I do the same thing.
Heads down a little distance and just kind of fizzles out before it hits the end.
Huh. And what about the third cave?
This one, it strikes something and whatever it is, it just caught fire.
Okay. Well, I rolled damage first as I hit a thing.
Yeah.
Do I hear anything down there? Find that perception check again. Hey.
You can hear something burning.
I can hear something burning.
The crackling of wood snapping heat.
That might not have been good. I'm
By the
gonna
way, as he's doing this, like you guys down at the bottom, you see Xantix just flying around for a little bit and then just started throwing fire into random cave.
Knowing Xantix, this somehow doesn't surprise me.
Well, Xantix is calm and collected, usually.
I mean,
Sometimes he just wants to do things, though.
yeah, but
I mean,
calm and collected, yes, but sometimes, like, random stuff is still common for Xantix. It makes sense, but it's still random.
All right. Well, here's what I do upon learning that other information, Kev. I use the owl to go in there and look for me.
Okay. So do you switch over to the owl's site, or?
Yeah, it's just going in, and I'll be backed a little bit away from that hole.
So flying in with the owl, you look around. There's a fair bit of light from whatever is burning. Actually, make a perception check.
Oh Jesus.
So you do fly over it, but you notice a small tripwire about 60 feet into the cave.
Okay.
You're moving, like, you don't have the sight to see where the tripwire leads or what it does, but you did see the tripwire at least.
Okay, 60 feet in, tripwire.
Heading in, it's about 100 feet where whatever it is burning. And by the looks of it, a like little camping site, maybe like smuggler's cache, was set up, and there is a like lacquered wooden chest that is very badly burning.
Son of a bitch. I start flying in towards that chest to put it out.
Okay.
I go over the tripwire, by the way, on purpose, like making sure I do avoid it.
Yep.
I fly in when I say I go in.
So you fly in past it. You can see, yeah, there's a nice little area. It bends off to the side. You can see like stored away bedrolls, a little bit of dried supplies. You could easily hide out here if need be. How are you trying to put out this fire?
Xantix is panicking. I start beating with is there cloth
Okay.
nearby? Is there something clothy?
As you're panicking, make a Constitution check or save.
Save. Oh shit.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, you are coughing badly. Very
Oh.
reduced visibility. You can only go out to 5 feet. You are in the middle of an enclosed cave that is on fire.
I am out of here.
Okay. Just roll me a flat d20.
Oh, I can't go back out the way I came. All right. Oh, what? That is a command, you fuck.
Okay. Luckily, bursting out, you are still, even though you're much lower because you're just, fuck, I've got to get out of here, you
Yeah.
are small enough while flying to not hit the tripwire on the way out.
Haha. Hey, tripwire.
So the rest of you now down on the ground can see him burst out. He is covered in soot, and there is now smoke billowing out of that cave.
We need to stop that fire. I say that out loud.
So it does breathe fire?
No, the chest does. We need to get in there now. We need to stop that fire. Help. Any of you.
We can't
Don't all
fly.
fucking jump at once.
Yeah, look how high I can jump.
Oh shit, right. We're really high. I'm really high up.
Yeah, you're about 60 feet off the ground.
Oh, motherfuckers. All right. I go down there and
Like, I mean, the only person who's doing something, Kaya is fishing around in her bag, and you can see her hauling out like a grappling hook. She apparently has a climber's kit with her.
get everyone up here. We gotta get everyone up here. There's like stuff in here and it's smoking and it's not good. We need to like hurry. This is kind of urgent.
Is it though? Do you know that it's worth it?
I don't know, but it's burning and we could all suffocate in here because we're in a fucking cave.
We're not in there. You're the only one who went up there.
I thought we were in a huge cave.
No,
I have no idea.
you flew out of the cave's mouth to yell at them.
Oh, well, we still need to stop it. I want what's in there. Fuck. I can't do anything.
Well, I mean, like, Taya's starting to climb up with the climber's kit, but she's going a little slower than normal to try and lay in, like, climbing pittance for everyone else.
I pull out the alchemy jug. Salt water?
Oh yes,
Here?
I take the jug and I go and I. This is such
Okay.
a bad idea. This is such a bad idea. I take a really deep breath. I hold it and I go. I go real fast with the alkaline jug and I try and put the fire out on that
Okay,
chest.
what is your Constitution modifier?
Oh. Does this matter before I go? Okay. It's a
Well,
2.
it's just to figure out, because it in D&D, your Constitution modifier says how long you can hold your breath.
Oh, 2. So how long can I hold my breath?
I believe it's a number of minutes equal to your con mod. Of course, I can't get this quickly. That would be far too useful.
Oops.
It's number of minutes equal to your Constitution modifier, minimum of 30 seconds. So,
So I can
you
only go
have
for 2 minutes.
2 minutes. What do you want to do?
I want to go in, drop the water on the fire, and get out of there.
Okay.
With the Alkanine jug, of course. Don't drop it.
Okay. So you fly in with the jug. Try and pour out the water onto the fire. You've got a fair bit of it subsided, but again, this is a jug with like a small stopper meant for pouring into glasses and stuff like that. So
2 gallons per minute.
So pouring it out, you manage to get most of it out. There's still some pieces like they've broken off and are burning, but
Is
it's
it
like wood
breathable
that's
in
cracked
here?
inside. You're still holding your breath.
Oh, good point. I'm gonna leave and then breathe.
Okay. So you make your way back out again. There is still smoke like clearing through. It'll probably take a little while for it to clear. But yeah, you're out, and whatever is left of what was in that crate is still there, if wet.
Okay, that's fine. I bring Kim and go back her jug. Say thank you. I say
Also,
the fire
like,
is now out.
Also, at like the very base, as you come out, Taya is kind of standing there looking in.
Oh, Taya. Oh, and then as I go by Taya as well, I'll say 60 feet in. There's a tripwire on the ground.
Okay, I probably wasn't gonna go into the place that's probably still burning.
I'm just letting you. It's not still burning. Fire's out. Smoke's just
Oh.
clearing now.
Okay.
But I just want don't trip on that. I haven't touched it. But I bring out Kim and go her stuff back. I let everyone know it's safe. I mentioned the tripwire to all of them. And then I go back up and in. I don't know what
Put
y'all
my
are doing.
Jug away.
Okay.
I want to see it's in that chest I burned, but
So it's still gonna take another 4 or 5 minutes for the smoke to fully clear out. There's only so much room for it to go through.
I guess we'll wait.
So Fly will have worn off by the time it's done.
All right. Well, I'll just be up at the edge of the cave with what's her name, the ranger. So
Taya.
Taya. I can't remember the simplest of shit.
So the rest of you, she does have a like climbing path to go with. You will still need to make an athletics check to climb, but you have advantage.
How high up is this cave?
About 60 feet up.
Unless everyone else is going, I'm gonna stay on the ground.
I am also going to stay on the ground.
Yeah, I'm gonna climb.
Well, I will mention if people are trying to like to stay on the ground that there's 3 caves up here. One of them's a dead end. One of them has this huge like camp in it, and the last one I couldn't see the end of it. So kind of our roots here.
Okay, I'll climb.
What check on advantage?
Athletics.
This worries me.
It's athletics with advantage for everyone.
This worries me.
Yeah, because you have a climbing path.
Why does this worry you?
It's my 3rd crit in a row.
Is it really?
Yep.
You're never getting a crit for the rest of the night, dude. It's over.
So Vivine, it has now changed to both of them have climbed up. So you would be, I mean, kind of by yourself. Scritch is still down there, but
Yeah, I'll stay with the wolf.
okay. So both of you, with surprisingly little effort, I mean, the path is pretty well cleared to get you up. Both of you make it to the top, just as the smoke is started to clear out pretty well. Like, you can probably go in there without much trouble.
Oh, okay. Well, now we go in then.
Yep, we'll follow, staying at the back.
Tripwire 60 feet in. We pay attention for that. All of us does.
You make your way in, all stepping over the tripwire, and head back in. You guys, I mean, it's like pitch black in here at the very end.
Oh, we can't see anymore in here?
Well, the fire has gone out. That was what was producing light.
Ah. Well, I mean, Luke, you got your little orb.
Drift orb.
Okay. The drift orb comes out, and yeah, you can see this is a pretty nice smuggler's den. There's a little, like, cot area to sleep in. What looks to be an actual place where you could light a fire safely, as it seems to have been carved up to, like, some kind of vent on the far side.
I don't know if Santix is going to believe that lie. But I look in that chest.
Yeah,
that I
no,
was
the
pouring water
smuggler's
onto.
chest was not placed in the hearth.
I know.
But yeah, so beyond that, like, there is a
What's the shit I got wet?
make an investigation check.
I kind of want to, like, not let it be wet if it shouldn't be wet, even though it's been quite a long time.
So you can find the remains of a, like, half-burned leather coin purse. Has about 22 gold worth of coins in it.
All right, cool. The purse is tossed, but that's my 22.
There is a set of, like, papers that are mixed from burnt to ash, ranging all the way to, like, soggy, and you're probably gonna have to go to, like, some kind of expert to be able to decipher whatever was on them.
Can I try and
Just
like,
'cause the
tell
ink's run.
if it was just like someone writing something on there, like just writing, or is it like magical, right? Like someone put a spell on here, like that shit wouldn't get ruined, right?
You would know if it was an actual, like, magical scroll.
Oh, okay.
Then, like, the fire would fuck it up, but water, it would just be like, yeah, this is wet. But arcane inks can survive a little dip in water.
Okay. Is
Um,
that what else is in there? Is that it?
yeah, that's all you managed to dig through and find.
I flipped the chest upside down.
Okay.
Yeah. Kick it over with my little foot.
It hurts your foot a little bit.
All right. Anyways, we're here. We're in one of the 3 caves. So this cave leads here. There was another cave that just had a dead end, and there's a third cave that I couldn't see the end of it. The firebolt just kept going and then disappeared.
In this cave, which is also a dead end.
This cave, I threw a fireball. It lit that chest on fire.
I'll look around deeper in this cove, see if it actually ends or not.
Well, the fact that there's a trap in the entrance, I'm worried about who's around in general. Like, if they come back, they're gonna know about that trap. Like, that's not gonna be an alarm system for us. And they might not be good people. I just want to point that out too.
Okay, so you want to look around this area?
Yep.
Make a perception check. So looking around, I mean, there's that decent bed. There's a hearth that you could probably safely light a fire and cook something in. There's a burnt chest. That's about it.
Okay. Are all three of these caves you're talking about, Xantex, are they all on the same level of cliff?
Sorry, what'd you say?
Are all the 3 caves on the same level as this one?
Where were they, Kev?
No. One of them was a little bit lower off to the left, and one of them was pretty much directly above this, another 15, 20 feet up.
Which one was that? The one above us?
The one above you is the one that ended out about 100 feet in. You hit the back wall.
Oh, so I hit the thing there. Okay. Or I hit a wall. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, then I'll relay that info.
Okay, so we need to go lower.
Which one do you think we need to go in? The other one? I agree.
Yeah. If you could point out which one it is, and we'll step outside, avoiding the tripwire.
Avoiding the tripwire. Yeah. I point to the one that's a little below us to the right that I never hit the back. Or well, yeah, to our right because it's the way we'd be facing.
Okay.
Do I see through the path that Taya made? Is there a way to easily like branch off and get to that spot?
You can make down to that height again pretty easy. It's about a 5-foot gap between there and the cave entrance. So either if you have another climber's kit, you could extend the path out, or you could try to jump over.
I have a dungeoneering pack which has pythons and rope and like a hammer in it. So I guess I'll try
Then, yeah.
to shimmy a new path
Wait.
off.
You want to make a path over there? Hold on. Is there? Do you think I could easily get over there? Like how far forward is? Like how far down and forward is this?
So the rope, rope and pit and path that Taya set out does trail back down close to the entrance that you're talking about. But there's about a 5-foot gap of space between the rope and pitten and the actual entrance to the cave.
Okay.
So, I mean, like, you could try to jump into the cave from there if you wanted.
Do you think I could jump to the cave from where I am? Do you think it would be better follow?
You've got a little more distance to go. You do have the height aiding you a bit, but also it will be a harder landing.
How far away is it again?
From where you are now, it's about 12.
It's 12 feet?
Like, across, and then another 15 down.
So it's within 30 feet of me.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Luke, I have an idea.
Alright.
So I cast... This takes 1 minute to do, but I cast my peace spell with me and Luke again.
Okay.
So that's on us. Alright. So that's 1. Then I Misty Step down there.
Okay.
And then I say peace, Luke, and now we switch. Or we'll have to do the thing and then try and switch.
Luke, out of nowhere, the world kind of flashes, and for a second, you're staring down at Xantex, and now you're staring just at, like, rock floor.
I look up.
You can see Xantex, like, roughly 20 feet above you.
Did it.
Okay, So I'm just going solo here?
Well, I don't know if you want to make the path a bit easy from there, but I figured you'd be the best to look ahead if you want to as well. But I got you there safely, so I think that's what matters the most.
Okay. Did my orb teleport with me?
I mean, it's drifting down towards you.
Okay. I'll use it to look into the cave from where I am.
Okay. You see cave walls.
Alright. From where I am, I'll use my kit to make a path.
Okay. I still do need you to make an athletics check because as you're doing it, you are technically scaling a wall. Okay. So you managed to hammer one out. If someone wants to go across the path, it will still require a check. It's just they have advantage.
I will message Favine if I'm in distance, telling her what we've been up to, asking if the wolf and horses are alright.
Vivina's not here right now.
Gotcha. Otherwise, I'll just wave the other guys down. It's good.
Actually, Kimiko, have you left the cave?
I went AFK like right as we were going up to the cave. Take my dog out. But I mean, if everybody else left, I'd follow. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, just like the heads up to you, there was like a
It's all
cot, a
very
little
close.
place for someone to camp out in, as well as I don't know. Did you leave the documents, Zach?
Yeah, I just flipped them. I didn't take them out. I just flipped over the chest.
Okay, yeah. So you saw Xantex pocket some coins, and then kick over a chest and stub his.
Nice. Sounds about right. Okay. Yeah. If they just
Sounds about right.
if they just left, I'd follow them out. I have really no interest or business in random cave.
Well, then you saw me Misty Step somewhere, then switch places with Luke.
Also, speaking of that, Kev, when we did that, did we switch positioning as well, or did we just switch places?
You just switched places.
So if he's looking west and I'm looking east, and we switch places, he's still looking west and I'm still looking east.
Yes.
Okay.
What does it look like when you teleport? Is it like puff of smoke?
Um.
I'm just gonna assume instantaneous. Just 1 second we're there, 1 second
Yeah.
we're switched.
Nothing flashy. Cool.
Nope.
I would have followed Luke. He made a pit way across. You were saying though, right?
Yep.
That's what we said. Yeah. I would have followed Luke as well.
So athletics with advantage.
Yes. Advantage. Almost didn't click that. And I almost clicked acrobatics. Yes.
You do manage to make your way across, almost slipping off at the end, but you manage to get your foot down on solid rock without any problem.
Thank God. All right. Well,
You're curious, seeing that. What would you do if you did fall?
me.
Yeah, Xantex. Did you switch
know-
with me again?
I would do no such thing.
How would? No, I guess that's some Wile E. Coyote stuff that wouldn't negate the. You just fall where I was instead. You might be able to mitigate it. Like half of us, I would take half the fall for you.
Be so random. Wait, do we? Wait, Kev, do we keep momentum if we switch places?
You don't know.
God, I'm glad I'm not dumber.
Until I see that tested, I am not ever allowing you to test that on me.
Until I see that test.
I love it. Like, that was a lot better than what I thought. When you said wait, I was just like, oh god, is Xantix just gonna jump off the cliff right now to test it?
Well, no, because it'd be if I keep the momentum. So like, I'm just saying, like, if you like threw my character, and then I switched places with Luke, would then from my position where I switched to Luke, would I keep going?
You don't know.
Ugh.
That's a good question. Like, would you maintain the momentum, or would he gain the momentum? Hmm.
Because you can do a lot of things with that.
Now, the real question you have to ask is, how well thought out do you think a mechanical engineer went into designing this spell over 4 months?
A lot.
Is anyone else coming
Is-
down?
Is Kimiko
So
coming?
what, is this like down in like a cave?
Yeah.
Yeah, basically there is now a rope path that goes down and then across like 5 or 6 feet into the next cave.
Yeah, sure, I'll climb down. It's just
Okay.
athletics with advantage.
Yep.
Ooh.
Yes.
Ooh, Xantix, my boy.
So yeah, again, like at the same spot as Xantix, there's just this weird, because both of you are smaller than Luke, and Luke kind of made this for his height. So there's this stupid little last part of, okay, crap, you've got to jump over, and both of you seem to stumble on the very same spot.
My leg's not as wide. We not as girthy.
Out of curiosity, so that spell that requires the person that you're casting it on to be cooperative, right?
Yes, they have to be willing.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Hmm. No,
But-
I've got ideas. I've got
Oh,
ideas.
okay. Let me know.
Charmed is still willing.
No problem.
It's like,
So, Jay, just to catch you up, you watched Xantix throw a fireball into a cave and then started screaming, then fly into the cave, then fly out of the cave as it started smoking. Then they all climbed up to the cave, the fire went out, was put out, and now they've climbed down from that cave to another one after Xantix used a combination of spells to magically teleport Luke over to there.
And I'm talking with Kimiko about my spell. Just saying, just for the record. Like, I'm letting her
Okay.
know how it works, Kev.
Okay, I assume I can't hear that bit, but it was literally like watching a tennis match, just like back and forth with both of them. Like, what
Kinda.
did it look like? Where one's over here, then it's just a switch, and then it's back.
So, you know Misty Step, and you saw Xantix Misty Step down to the lair. And then say something that you couldn't really distinguish what it was. And then if you were still looking at Xantix, Xantix was now Luke. And if you were looking up at Luke, Luke was now Xantix.
I'd probably just take a seat at that point. Start rubbing my temples.
I did try to message V if I was in range.
Oh, yeah. So yeah, what are you telling V?
That we explored a cave we're gonna go look for it into this other one. Are you, the wolf, and the horse is okay?
And yeah, if the wolves and the horses are with me and okay, I would
Yeah.
let you know.
Alright. Did Taya climb down?
Yeah, she's climbed down, is now on the same layer as
Alright, I'll keep my drift orb ahead, walk into the cave looking for any more rope traps.
Okay. Make a perception check. All right. As you make your way down, you don't really see any like traps or tripwires. You do start to see the markings of something has inhabited this cave for at least a little while. As there's like claw marks and scraping, you get the smell of dead, rotting something. You've gone about 100 feet in, and the cave still hasn't stopped.
Alright, I'll turn back around. There's a dead smell coming in there. Some markings of a creature of some sort. This may be it. And I'll just message V saying, I think we found its dwelling. You should probably head up.
Do what exactly with the wolf and horses?
I'll ask Taya, you have any way of communicating with your wolf? Can it, like, watch the horses for us?
I mean, yeah, I guess. Like, I mean, that it's kind of weird to do it, but yeah, I could get her to guard the area, and as long as the horses stay there.
Okay. I'll message V saying, Taya says the wolf can watch over them, we just gotta tie them up.
I mean, I can try. I'm not the most adept at that. Is Taya coming down to tell the wolf, or I'll look over at the wolf? Does it look more alert?
The wolf does not look more alert.
Yeah, is she coming down? Wolf doesn't seem interested.
You guys up there, you can see like Taya's kind of just looking for you to say like yes or no, I guess.
Okay. Yeah, Taya, we could set that up. We'll need V up here. And what does she do?
She starts to make her way back out towards the cave entrance. So yeah, after a little bit of time, she makes her way out and starts climbing back down and just heads down, almost like not quite talking to Scritch, but eventually just picks up. All right. So yeah, he's just gonna hang out here because we can't get him up there. You heading up then?
How high? If I was looking up and I tracked her path down, how high is the cave that they're actually in?
35 feet or so.
And I have to climb twice, basically, using these ropes and such.
It's just going to be one climb check.
Yeah, I'll go, but I am hesitating. Like I'm visibly hesitating. So I don't want to do this. All right, what's the climb check?
Athletics check with advantage.
She like I don't. Oh, I'm not even there. I can't see the roll, but I could like delicately grab each. I guess it's pins that she would have stuck in.
Yep.
Yep. Probably take a lot longer than everyone else did.
Yeah, so you start to make your way up, and pretty much out. It's not actually been each of you guys have had trouble with it. It's you've kind of dislodged one of the pins. So you don't fall, you are kind of stuck about 35 feet up in the air, as when you go to grab the last pin, it falls off. So there's about a I'd say about a 3-foot gap between you and the little platform where the cave enters. And you're suspended about 35 feet up in the air.
I'll just let go.
Okay.
And sort of like fall back.
Like to the
right
ground?
Okay.
Okay.
Right before I hit the ground, I'll just go full Asmar and fly up to the cave entrance.
Okay.
Shake my head walking inside.
Do you keep your wings out as you walk inside?
Yep.
Okay. So a little while later, it takes some time, but Taya manages to make her way up, jumping over the side. Actually manages to get that. Walks in. When did you get wings? Like you guys see, she has wings, yeah.
I'm pretty sure I already knew about those, but yeah.
Does that from time to time.
Well, I'm trying to remember if I feel like I would have already done it in front of Teo, but
I mean, unless in like the downtime you said you would unless you had a reason sometime during the downtime in which you were playing as a bard in town.
Oh no, no. When I slept with Taya, I used the wings then, because then I cast Healing Hands to keep going.
Oh, okay.
But either way, though, I would say, well, it was either that or die.
This is true.
So, Luke, what's the plan exactly?
Well, we're gonna go deeper in this cave. It seems like he may have lived in here at one point. also could open up into other areas or other caves. Don't know yet.
Yeah, I'll follow the leader, whoever's leading.
Oh, it'll be Luke.
I'll follow the
I'll
Luke.
keep going with the drift orb.
Okay. So you start to make your way down, and takes you a little while as you're going fairly slow, working through. As I had said before, the stench of rotting is definitely getting stronger the further down you go. S- Continuing down, it starts to get colder and colder until you start to come into a bit of an opening. And there we go. So what order actually are you guys going in?
I'm back.
Luke's 100% first. I'm wherever after Luke.
Alright, I'll try to be dead center so I can get to whoever's at the back and whoever's at the front fairly easily.
Okay. And I guess Tail will just be off to your side. There is a bit of room. Okay. So you make your way, and it opens up into a fairly large, little cavernous area. Ahead of you, you can actually pick out what that smell was. There is a dead, dire wolf that has been half eaten, just laid in the floor there. The area is actually dimly lit a little bit from what looks like luminescent fungus. What do you do?
This kind of looks like a den. I feel like.
Yeah.
I feel like we're being a little forward here.
Can we
We should-
space out a little bit? Can our group be 10 feet apart from each person in between? Just saying. That's how we're standing.
So you're what, 10 feet apart? You said.
From each other, yeah. I mean, unless the room's not that big.
Also, I'm just roll stealth here.
With Luke, does it matter?
Yeah, I can roll stealth.
Alright,
When
fair
he's
enough.
20 feet back from him, yeah.
It's just I'm back far enough, man. Just because it sees
so
Luke
what-
doesn't mean it sees me.
What do you have your drift globe currently set to, Luke?
Dim.
Oh, if you only have a set to dim, I might be able to skeeve away with it. We'll see. I'll roll for the heck of it. I'll put my hacker's shirt on.
And Kimiko, do you have light active or?
Yeah.
Okay. So you make your way down into this little cave.
Oh, good. Okay. Yeah, this looks pretty good. I like this. All right, we move as a unit, brothers. Oh, you can hide your ruler from everyone now. All right, Luke, you going?
Yeah, I'll head deeper in, look, glancing over at the dead direwolf, seeing if I can see how it's been
Yeah.
killed.
I guess I will just update you in range of actually seeing the direwolf.
I'm following up close here. Any brothers that want?
I guess Taya's going to take a look around at the moss. But yeah, heading up to the direwolf, you can see it has just mainly been fed upon. Something has been eating it. If you want to learn anything else, you need to make like some kind of check. Depends on what you're looking for, whatever. Go ahead and suggest something.
Guess I'll look for the deepest wounds or any elemental wounds.
So deepest wounds would be medicine, elemental wounds would be arcana. So you can't really pick out any elemental wounds on it. It's kind of decayed too far. You can see the deepest thing is probably the fact that it's missing the better part of its back right leg. That's probably the worst. You can also tell the thing that killed it was there is a slash that probably disemboweled it, given the position of it. And that would kill something pretty quick. Also, Vivine and Kimiko, can you both make perception checks? All right. So, as you guys are looking around, Vivine, you have just enough time. You hear a little bit of movement from behind you as a rather large, scaled, twin-headed creature comes down the path you had just come through. And I'm going to get you all to roll initiative. Jay, you are the only one who is not surprised.
Well, I will point out that that's the 11, not the 18.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
It is a big creature. It is not that silent.
Go, give me go.
Dude, why do I always roll crits on initiative? Why? It doesn't do anything.
I'm worried about you tanking. That's what I'm worried about.
That's fine. It's fine. I'm abjuration. It's fine.
You can.
Did you
tank.
remember to cast mage armor this morning?
Nah.
That was a good time to remember. See, that's why you need that high initiative. So you don't have to cast Mage Armor until now.
Hang on, I've got to dig out where I've got Tea's. Okay. Okay, and oh, actually, I should have. Nope. Okay. So, and I get him into there. So, surprised. Our little friend is first up. So,
Oh, this thing has 3 heads. We're fighting fucking Cerberus.
it's just gonna go. That would. So, yep. Kimiko, it's going straight for you.
Hey.
So. First, it is going to try and. Oh, actually, no. Because it is up at the start. Yeah. The purple snake head that it has is going to open up and release a gout of green goo in a 15-foot cone in front of it.
Oh, and a 15-foot cone? Am I in a 15-foot cone?
So given the blast, it is going. So we're going to go from center. Yeah, apparently from where it is,
Luke,
you were still
peace.
15. Yeah, you can use your reaction to do that. So, I think the way the spell works, you still have to make the save first.
Let me throw it down for you. Waha.
May use a reaction calling their name. Okay, so yeah, it would be an attack that makes the set. So you will switch first. So the two of you actually swap places. So now it ends up being Luke, Vivine, and Kimiko. The three of you, I need dexterity saving throws.
Thanks, Luke.
Not bad. Not a bad 50.
Dell's like quiet in this corner over there. He's like, I will get you back.
Depends what happens, man.
just
I mean,
can't take
technically,
hits,
if he
man.
wanted to, he could have used his reaction to swap you back.
Luke, nope, you. That would have been fucking hilarious.
Wow, those are some shitty rolls. So, Luke, you are going to take 18 points of acid damage.
How much health do
Viv-
you have, Luke, in total?
Vivine and Kimiko, both of you take 9. That is 1, and then it is going to try and it's going to try and rake Kimiko with its claws. Actually, actually a bad roll. So, does a 10 hit you without mage armor?
Let's see. I think my armor class got fucked up in the character sheet again. It's what? Plus dex? It's just 10 plus dex?
Well,
Is
10
normal?
plus dex unless you're wearing the padded armor of madness.
I'm not wearing the padded armor.
Then, yeah.
I am wearing the Stone Mage's armor, but I don't think that gave anything, right?
Not until something is actually cast. Stone Mage's armor affects when a certain spell is cast.
Okay, then my AC is flat then.
Although it has been a long time, so I will double check.
I do believe 10 beats AC
Yeah,
10.
you can gain the benefits of stone skin for 10 minutes after you cast mage armor.
Yeah, but there's no actual like AC bonus to it, so.
Yeah, no, it is cloth, not padded armor.
Okay.
So you are then gonna take 12 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
All right, Vivine.
I will pull out my loot.
Okay.
Start with that. I'll start sort of strumming slowly. I will cast Bless on, I guess, the 3 around me. So Luke, Kimiko, and Taya. I'll bless those 3.
Okay.
And then how large is this rock here? Does it provide any cover?
Yeah, it will. In fact, I should probably update. This would have some block of sight near the top. So yeah, it would be something like that. So yeah, you'd be under half cover behind it from where it is. At any given.
Perfect.
Because it does like
then,
thin up quite a bit.
Oh, at the top, like the peak?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. No
It's essentially
problem.
a really
I can
big-
hide behind it and dip out.
Yeah, it's essentially a really big stalagmite.
Got it. As I pass Xantix, I will just say, fuck him up and give him inspiration.
Oh, inspiration. I got that bardic inspire.
All right.
Blah, blah, blah.
So we will finish the surprise. And Kimiko, you are up.
Ooh, okay. Ha. Ooh. Ooh. So first things we're gonna do. Jeez, dude.
Bonus action.
I don't really don't want to be here anymore. Fuck. Fuck. Oh boy. No. We're gonna miss step out. Fuck. Yeah, I'm just misty stepping out of there.
Okay.
Bonus action. So. Fucking. I'll just take the dodge action.
You don't know.
Luke.
Alright. I currently have my shield and my cold iron axe out.
Okay.
And I'll just try swinging into the snakehead, if there's a preference.
Sure. I mean, you can hit whichever one you want. Also, as a side note, while the model has 3 heads, this thing does only have 2.
Gotcha. What am I buffed by? Just bless?
Yeah, bless.
That will hit.
It's been so long. So I attacked once, I can bonus action.
Attack a second time.
Oh yeah, regular second attack.
You have the extra attack action now, because you're above level 5.
Those modifiers don't stack well.
Apparently not. But yeah. Okay, so there we go. So yeah, you slice in twice at it. It reels back a little bit, but it looks more just annoyed rather than anything. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
That'll be it.
All right. So you have drawn its attention. Let's see if the breath... No, breath does not recharge. So it, being a meal that pissed it off, you're right in front of it. It is going to try and bite you and claw you. So... I believe the bite misses. And so does the claw, apparently. Vivine, you're up.
Okay, I will pop up here, point at this guy, and then strum some bass notes and cast Toll the Dead.
All right. What's the DC? Go.
15. Yeah. Oh, sorry, Luke hit it before.
Yeah.
I forgot.
It does make it save though.
Okay, never mind then.
All right. Taya is going to drop back at least to here with her bow. And she... let's take a look. Okay, so yeah, she only has one attack right now. She does not have her companion with her. Does manage to hit, and an arrow just sticks out in the shoulder of this creature. All right. Oh, and then Vivine, you can actually notice her like cursing under her breath, muttering something, and a flash of a little bit of green light just appears in front of her, sailing off towards the creature.
Okay.
Xantix, you're up.
Sweet. So I will go 1, 2, 3, 4.
That would be 4 and 5 because you'd have to squeeze in that space.
Fair enough. I just wanted to go there.
Yep.
I just wanted to get around Luke so I could use a firebolt. And as I peek around the corner, does it hit the boy?
Right? No, it does not hit.
Damn. All I really got for my turn.
Just sailing crashes the back wall. Kimiko.
I'm just gonna cast stun or not stun skin. Mage armor
Mage
on
armor?
myself.
Yep.
And that's all I can do. So
Okay. Luke.
Okay, I'm going to free action drop my shield and bonus action pull out my other axe.
Okay.
And then I'll attack with that axe.
That will hit.
I'll re-roll that lightning damage.
Okay, it reels back a bit, actually taking a decent blow for once. Seems very locked and intent on you right now.
Then extra attack.
That will not hit.
Okay, that's it.
And that's everything?
Yep.
Okay. Nope. So it is gonna go straight after you. Attempting the bite again, because you keep drawing its attention right before its turn comes up. Yeah, that one's gonna hit. Because you're what, 17 right now?
16.
16. Okay. And yet that one most definitely hits. So it's going to sink its teeth into your shoulder blades. And you're going to take... You are going to take 11 points of piercing damage. And you feel your shoulder burn as you take an additional 7 points of acid damage. At which point it's going to go after you with its claws. With a 24, that's going to hit you. Dealing an additional 7 points of slashing damage.
Ouch.
How ouch.
I see the red.
Yeah, you can visibly see blood dripping onto the floor from him.
Ah, good.
Vivine, you are up.
Nice timing.
I like that actual measured two-step.
Yeah, I wasn't sure which way I was going. I was swinging all around. Okay. Hands on Luke's hips, and I'll cast Cure Wounds. Got that right? Yes.
All right, is that everything?
Or I'll disappear. I was saying I would go right behind him. But I
Are
think I
you?
deleted.
No?
I think I deleted my token.
Yeah, and then someone drew a little yellow circle near the bottom.
Yeah, it's
Oh no, that was there before. that dragged my attention to Luke.
Yes. There we go. A new Vivine token.
Thank you. And I think I had one. So I have 5 feet left, so I just go directly behind Luke. And I probably look pathetic, like trying to crouch down, even though he is tiny.
What was your initiative?
18 point, whatever my point thing is.
It would be your dex score.
I think it's 18.14 then.
Okay.
Check.
Back in there.
18.14.
Okay. So, this time, yes. Taya really doesn't have much other option right now, just being by herself. So she is going to try and fire another arrow at. Okay. Yeah,
And
hitting
when I
again.
see her arrow fly, I'm going to say, Luke, peace, and switch places with him.
Okay,
As my reaction, if I can do that. Yeah.
sure.
All right.
I look even stupider, you asshole. I'm trying to crouch behind Luke, and now you're.
You managed to squat down just enough that it's okay, well, his broad frame, that's and it just switches to something half the height of Luke.
The problem occurred when Luke got bloodied. I accidentally unplugged my mic and didn't notice, and was trying to switch with him, but no one heard me, and I didn't notice and was confused. Took me a little bit. So I'm doing it now. I'm sorry.
Uh, so another arrow sinks in, this time just nicer set right into the side of the neck, and actually pissing it off quite a bit. Okay. Xantix, you're right in front of it.
Perfect. So I am now going to cast Shocking Grasp on it.
Okay. That will hit.
Now it can't take opportunity attacks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hey, what's up?
Asshole level at critical mass right now, Vivine?
I didn't. Well, here's the thing. Vivine was never supposed to go up there. I was trying to get Luke out.
Kimiko.
Oh boy. I'll move a little bit closer. Boy, did I really want to do that? I'm gonna cast Witch Bolt at 3.
Okay. That most definitely hits. All right. So this massive bolt of arcane electricity slams in to the side of this creature. Let's see. Do you draw its attention though? Yeah, you have pissed it off quite a bit.
Oh boy.
Is there anything else you would like to do?
Bonus actions. No, that's all I can do.
Luke?
Alright, in my new position, I'll do both Potion of Healing and Second Wind.
Okay. So just a regular potion of healing, or
Yes.
2d4 plus 2.
Wow.
All right.
I'll run up next to.
Shouldn't. So yeah, you gained what, 8 points, not 5? Because it should be 1d10 plus your fighter level.
So would that make it 4 instead of?
You're what, level 6, I think. It has been long since I've actually had to care about what level you guys are.
Yeah, I'm level 6, so I gain 7 HP instead of 5.
Yeah, you get 7 HP. Okay. No. Okay. Yeah, you might have pissed it off, but as it can't get up to you, it will come to here.
Oh, cool.
And Let's see. It is. Yeah, as there is now 2 targets, it can use both of its bite attacks, and it will make so 1 bite attack against Ravine, 1 bite attack against Luke, and a claw attack against Luke. So first against Ravine. Does a 13 hit you?
Oh wait, it doesn't. I feel like my AC is wrong anyway, as well.
What's your dex mod?
2
What's your armor that you're wearing?
leather.
So it would be 13. Unless you have
Yeah.
something else boosting your armor.
Yeah. Give me a sec. Oh, okay. I have the Ion Stone.
Okay,
That's what I forgot. Okay, so it is 14. Yeah.
so you managed to narrowly avoid the bite. Luke, on the other hand, gets bit again in that same shoulder.
Ooh.
You're going to take 11 points of piercing damage. Oddly enough, this time getting bitten, you don't feel that same acidic burn, though. The claw is still coming in, however. And yeah, it will rake you with its claws as well.
I'm gonna use projected ward for that.
What does that do?
It will eat 17 up to 17 of the damage.
That the claw is about to do?
Yeah. Here,
So yeah, the ward will completely eat the attack. So and then it will deal 5 back. Okay. Vivine, you are up.
Oh, do I need to roll concentration? I didn't get hit. Okay, perfect.
Actually, sorry. I have gotten. Actually, no. Never mind. Everything's fine.
Okay. Okay. I will first. Yeah, I'll shout at Luke, even though he's right beside me. I'm gonna shout, "Look alive!" I will cast Healing Word. It's gonna bite me in the ass, but I'm gonna step away. I guess I'll
Okay.
disengage. I guess I'll just disengage instead of trying to do something else.
Sure.
What is this that I'm stepping in?
Bioluminescent fungus.
Fuck. Since I don't have the time to look at that, I'll just go here.
Okay. Taya, really wishing she had something else to do, but when the Beastmaster doesn't have a companion. Actually misses this time. As the bolt goes off wild. Xantix.
Let's see. I want to go 1, 2. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, yeah, I can get there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. However, I get there. And then I cast on it. Don't want to. Alright, I'm gonna cast Mage Armor myself from my ring.
Okay.
And then that's my turn. Yeah.
Kimiko.
Where's my ring?
I will continue my Witch Bolt.
Yep.
I'm also gonna move away, but that'll go off first.
Okay. Another crash goes in. Looking pretty beat up now.
That's everything for me.
Okay, Luke.
Favoring the side that's not injured, I'm swinging my axe.
That'll hit. Oh, Jay, can you make a concentration check from when you were hit? Or no, sorry, never mind.
I wasn't. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll reroll that lightning damage. Okay. So that's action, bonus, and then second attack. Panting at it, is it still standing?
It is still standing. It's looking pretty damn bad at this point, but it is still up.
Alright, I'll action surge.
That'll hit. Not down yet. That misses. And does finally get its acid breath back. Yeah, it's just going to start by opening up a torrent on you, Luke. So I need you to make a dexterity saving throw. Okay, that's not great. You're going to take 32 points of acid damage.
Oh. Luke, are you alive?
Yeah.
And then it
Okay.
is going to use its claw attack against you.
Alright, I will reaction shield.
So what does it have to beat while your shield is up?
21.
FYI, for future reference, Bless works on saving throws as well.
Even with Bless, he wouldn't have passed.
Yeah, just letting him know because he usually just has it like added on.
Well, I mean,
automatically.
yeah, isn't there just a check mark on your saving throws as well?
Yeah.
So yeah, neither of its bite and claw will hit, just bouncing off your shield. Vivine, you're up.
I assume I don't have to ask which of the two red dots I'm seeing looks worse based on that hit.
Well, based off that just happened.
Yeah, okay.
I love those effects.
I really have to remember them more often because it's more like creatures have those effects.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, a few of these just, yeah, sure, a death spray.
Spray death, dude.
Thing is, I can't see Xantix, so I'm sorry if you're the closest, Xantix.
It's okay. Oh no, Luke's the closest.
I literally shout. Well, yeah, I meant next. I'm gonna cast Thunderstep. I'm gonna pop here, grab Luke, and pop back here.
Oh, 10 feet. I'm not within 10 feet.
So you're gonna
Yeah, but
run
I
up
didn't
to
know
that
if you were
step out.
exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
I just didn't know. I didn't know if you were the closest. Like you were gonna tank next. That's what I didn't know.
Oh.
How
Yeah. it
far
might
can I
be.
jump?
I'm kind of aiming for that.
Is it just within my range then, the 90 feet that I can?
Okay. Big question before you take him away with you. What is your carrying capacity? Actually, I don't think like physically possible you can take him.
I was just saying if she was picking up an object, but otherwise a person who is also not burdened can go with them.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Nope, it says who isn't
Okay.
exceeding.
No, I read Thunderstep wrong.
Oh yeah, who isn't exceeding its carrying capacity. So like,
Yeah.
Are you exceeding your carrying? Like, are you encumbered?
I'm probably lighter right now. Yeah, I don't have my shield.
Like you dropped it, or you?
Yeah, the shield is
Oh,
on the
okay.
ground.
Okay, I thought you just like you doffed it, and you're like, oh, I don't have it. Yeah. So is it 90 feet then that I can dip us out of there?
It is.
That's the range of the spell.
Yeah, it's within 90 feet. Who is? I will also need you to actually. How far are you going?
Sorry, I thought I was on mic. Just beyond the wolf.
So, like back to there.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think he can run back, right? Like Yeah, 25 feet. And 3d10.
Yep. Nope. And that is enough to kill it. As the shockwave of electricity just bursts out from Vivine as she disappears away. With Luke, just it rips into the side of the creature and falls to the ground.
Thank fucking God. I was ready to pull it with my lightning lure, and I was debating if I should just take a round with it or if I should fucking Misty Step out right after I pull it.
I would probably, even though we're out, well, I'm assuming we're out of initiative, I would probably have still blown the spell anyway. So that was my plan. So as soon as I got back, without even knowing what happens up there, I would have cast Healing Word.
Okay.
Told Luke to hang in there.
Two spells? Is that what?
Well, we're out of initiative, so... Like, while she doesn't know combat is still going on, like, the second she can, she would have anyway, so...
Well, that was my question, is would it have worked within the 6 seconds? Because I was willing to, that was my point was kind of, I was willing to blow the spell, because I would have tried to say like something.
That's the thing, as soon as, that would have still been
out of combat.
Using a leveled spell.
Yeah.
So in the initiative order, no, it wouldn't have worked, but the second initiative broke, you would have been able to use it anyway.
Oh, okay.
I really want to sit down and like try to rest, but it stinks.
Well, we have the other place we can go into and rest.
And how long do we plan on staying here?
I don't know. We just killed this dude. This is the beast, right? We assume this is the beast.
I'm certainly gonna assume so.
What do we need?
Taya speaks up. Well, it at least has 2 heads and it breathed acid. Those were some of the things, right?
Yeah. What do we need to bring back to prove we killed it? Do we need to bring back it?
Oh, we can't bring it, but we can. I say that I can't carry it, but can we? How large are the heads? The 2 heads?
Each head is about the size of your torso.
Yeah, if someone's willing to carry a head, someone who isn't me, then we grab the heads and go.
We'll just drag the thing out. I mean, we're like up on a cliff, right? Or no?
Yeah.
No, we went down. We went down, didn't we?
Yeah, but you're still
not all
up.
the way. Yeah, I had to climb up.
Well, I was gonna say we could like push it off the cliff and like just drag it, but I don't know if that's really gonna work.
Is that gonna fit in the cart anyway, even if we do that? I immediately shotgun to travel in the front if we're doing that.
Fair point. Maybe we just take the heads.
Well, yeah, I think, like, Luke, you were looking for an axe to cut off their heads, weren't you?
Yeah,
That's why we went shopping those few days ago.
We need to cut its heads off.
So, did you come up with the, well, we're not buying the axe? Because, I mean, this is too big for using the dagger when you said, like, how do you normally take care of creatures in the forest and, like, skin them and stuff like that? It's going to need a lot more than a dagger.
2 axes.
All right, if we push this thing off the cliff, right, and then we use my switch spell on me and Luke. Oh wait, no, it won't even matter. No, we just push this thing off the cliff. Luke, jump off of it and just like go down on its head.
I mean, are we talking? I don't think this is a matter of strength. I think this is a matter of size.
How do we get it back to town?
Do we? Well, that's what I was asking. Do we need proof, or are we just good? To just say we killed it.
Probably need some kind of proof.
Oh, all right.
Would there be any way we could like use the sheer weight of it and like kind of semi-hang it, bob its head off, like put
Do
some
we
like
need to
cuts
bring the
into its
whole-
neck and then throw it off with some rope or something, and then its heads pop off from the weight?
Hey, well, let's ask the ranger real quick. In a situation like this, what do you normally bring back?
In the situation of hunting a monstrosity?
I don't know, man. You're the ranger. The closest thing we got for help.
I mean, like, I just assumed they wanted the head because Luke took me out shopping specifically to buy an axe with asking me questions of how to cut something's head off.
Gotcha.
Yeah, is there a reason, Luke, that you can't use your 2 axes?
Well,
Again, you were pretty decent with them today.
I could try. You guys have anything to assist me in it?
I can help you.
Don't
Attaboy?
fuck it up. Right? Like, don't fuck it
I
up.
mean,
There's
yeah.
inspiration.
I know. We can help you. We
well,
can
do you need
bless you.
strength?
Oh, you inspired him.
Do
Yeah,
you, do
yeah,
you need
I'll inspire
strength
you.
or what? What do you need here?
Oh.
Get
My
this.
blades, make them more precise.
Oh.
We can give you more strength.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is it really? Is it,
Oh
Xanthus,
yeah.
Like, how
is
much
it
help
worth?
do you?
Oh,
how much
yeah.
help do you need? Is the
Oh,
question.
yeah.
I can
Oh, it's
also
so
offer
worth
you
it.
some guidance.
We're about to make a mess.
The wizards
that's
are
what's gonna
offering
happen.
you.
He's gonna
Right?
have like
so
he's gonna have like
worth it.
plus 60 strength, and he's gonna like
it's
crit it.
so
to
worth it.
explode.
Just do it, dude. It's so worth it.
God.
Here's
Do
the thing. Do it.
Just do it. Stop
I
hesitating.
cor-
Do it.
I
Wait, I'll stick-
caress his bicep and cast Might of the Mind.
Okay.
There you go.
What would see? I know nothing about spells. What do I read that as? Because I'm probably gonna do something similar on the other side, but casting. Oh no. Okay, just do it, Luke. Just do
Oh,
it.
we're gonna
So-
use as many buffs as possible.
Luke,
Motherfucker's gonna have a
you-
plus 200.
let's see. So yeah, you can drop your intelligence down to 7 to raise your strength score up to 19. Oh, actually, no. It wouldn't go to 19. You could do... Yeah, you could raise your strength to 17 with
Oh,
that
that's-
spell.
Oh, because it's double the. Wait.
Double his final int.
Ooh, what just happened? Who did this? We got him back.
Okay, well, Discord crashed again.
Ah,
Hmm. I don't suppose that's actually that useful then.
Well, I mean,
Huh?
it's useful in, like...
But it's useful for a mage, I guess, just not so much in this case. And like the way I read it, it was like I would reduce my int to give him the strength, but I guess here,
Yeah.
I guess it's not. It's on the person you're casting it on. Okay, well,
Yeah.
never mind.
But I mean, you also, like, somehow distracted and maybe annoyed Vivine in some way.
Nice.
I see that red dot.
Oof.
Or maybe I don't. Maybe I'll never see another red dot. Wait, but I still do. You do also have inspo and guidance. Is it? It doesn't even say touch a willing creature though. So does it just happen? Like, does Luke get a choice?
From Might of the Mind?
Yeah.
I think there's a piece missing. It if he wants to resist, he can make an intelligence saving throw.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Ooh.
I was wondering. That seems awesome if you can do it to anyone.
Yeah, I just realized that too. Asta.
Hmm.
Okay, so I have Blessed Guidance and that bit of Might of the Mind.
And bardic inspiration. Yep. Please don't obliterate this head. We need it.
So I'm going to get you to make an attack roll to see how accurate you are.
Okay, I'm gonna use my non-electric blade. Gonna add.
You going to add anything to that?
Precision attack.
Okay.
And I can add.
Can I
inspiration.
help him?
He's already started rolling, so you use 8.
Oh, I mean, okay.
How much is bardic?
D8.
I think this is we're gonna get this anyways. Like, this is crazy.
Well, it just says rolling the dice and nothing's happening.
Yeah,
You
sometimes.
broke. Roll 20.
Oh.
Okay.
And technically a D4, which you really don't need.
You should say that for the damage.
Well, no, the D4 is. That was which one?
D4
Guidance?
is really just a clean strike. I didn't know it was going to be an attack roll, to be honest. I thought it was just
Okay.
Dex or something.
So yeah, you come down straight. Well, which one are you hitting for? There's a snake head and there's a wolf-like head.
Which one bit my shoulder?
The one that burned with acid or the one that didn't burn with acid?
Oh, I guess the acid.
That was the snake.
Alright, I'll go for that one.
Okay. So you slam it down right at one of the vertebral joints. Sinks in. Roll damage to see how far you go through. Yeah, you manage to get. It's hanging pretty loose, but you probably don't even need to pull the axe out again. You just need to slam the butt with something and it comes off. So it just flops down to the ground. You've managed to sever the head. A lot of blood and other stuff that isn't quite blood is just oozing from the stump now.
Okay. I'll go for the other head then.
Okay.
Real quick, what is your ruling for inspiration? The main mechanic.
Like the
Player.
actual inspiration?
Yeah.
As long as it's before I describe what happens, you can elect to use that die, and you can use any of the dies that are rolled during that set.
So in essence, I could use it just to gain advantage.
Yes.
I will do that.
Okay.
And what else do I need? Bless is already in there.
Bardic only works once. Yeah, I think that's just straight it.
That's just it, yeah.
So yeah, this time you sink down. It's nowhere near as clean a strike, but it is still a good strike. So roll damage. So you sink it in a little bit, but it again, worse placement, not as deep a cut. You're gonna have to take another good swing at it.
Alright, we'll do that.
All right, this time you come down, knocks you. You feel a little chip, and you even hear like the clink of metal as you come. You've brushed against something, goes down clean, and lops the head off. And you hear the sound of metal hitting stone on the ground.
Okay, that settles the severing. We just gotta carry these.
Pointing at the snake head in particular, I'll shout, I guess, at this distance. I'll say to Taya, do you have any way to wrap this one up so that we don't get acid everywhere?
So not to sound like a complete asshole, but how bad is that acid?
It hurt a lot.
Okay.
Do you think it would be bad if we, like, fry it? Dehydrate it?
I mean, it's gonna shrivel a bit, but yeah. I've got a few bags, but without knowing how bad the acid is, it might just burn through the bag.
I don't know how important it is to wrap it up. If we just get the two heads down, we could use the horses we have and just drag them to the cart.
Okay.
I'll just pick up the snake head and start dragging it towards the cliff opening.
Okay. Teo will head over to the lupine head, begin to try and hoist it up. Probably struggling a little bit with it. The rest of you are still in the cave. You doing anything?
I'll start by going to get my loot, which I think I put down over here. And then I will first walk up to Kimiko, like brush past her, and cast Cure Wounds. And a bit after that, I'll shout at Luke and cast Healing Word.
Well, Luke's like heading up the cave path.
Yeah, that's why I said shout at him. Like,
Okay.
I'll continue walking. I'm not trying to really catch him, but once I get within range, I'll just shout. Try not to get hurt again, or try not to die, maybe.
We're leaving this
more
cave,
apt.
right?
Yeah, I think so.
Alright, I'm leaving then. I'm following.
Okay. So you make your way out. By the time you get outside, you can see it's very much twilight hour right now. Looking down, you can see Scritch and the horses are still out there, just off in the corner. It seems whichever way whatever that was came in didn't happen to notice them. But you make your way back out, and you're back with the horses.
Alright. Can I take the time to, like, once everyone's down and done, to disassemble and regain my engineering kits?
Sure.
I'll use my rope and tie up the snake head to the back of one of the horses.
Okay. So you bring it all down. Luke, I need you to make an intelligence check.
Is my intelligence still downgraded from the mind thing?
Kimiko, have you dropped the spell? Because this would be under 10 minutes.
As soon as they finish cutting, then yeah, definitely would have.
Okay. Did you remember to pick up your shield?
Yeah, I know I didn't say it.
Okay.
I had my character walk over to it and I deleted it.
Yeah. Just remember when actually, like, saying, like, you need to actually let me know these things when you guys drop stuff.
Alright.
Okay. So the two heads are tied on the horses. They seem rather disturbed of this fact, but they are there.
Right, we'll head out back towards where we left our cart. Out of the forest.
Okay.
Side note, did that creature have wings?
Looks like small vestigial ones, but not well-functioning ones.
Okay.
So yeah, you, I guess, begin to make your way back. If you head straight through, it will be close on midnight by the time you get back in town. Actually, further than that, because it will take you. Yeah, actually, midnight sounds about right.
How are you looking, Luke?
Still pretty
Like,
ragged.
can you? Yeah, exactly. But once we get back to the cart, then if it looks like you want to push through the night and get back to town, then I would try to patch you up a bit more.
Yeah, I definitely want to just push through, get to bed.
Okay. So yeah, you make your way down through, back into town again. A new set of guards. Just check over your cart quickly before you head in. Kind of gawk a little bit at the heads. But other than that, you don't have much trouble getting your way back into Oban. It is very late. The streets are pretty much deserted.
Oh, are we going back to like a hotel or something? If it's getting later, or like a wherever a bar, or
Hotel.
an inn. I don't know why I said hotel.
The ye old hotel.
It's like I don't even know if the place would accept these heads at this time.
Well, I don't think the stable wants us to leave him tied up there.
Yeah. We'll look for a. I don't even remember what it's called. Turning in station.
Oh, what?
Turning in station. Some sort of place to drop these heads off to the authorities.
Well, I mean, the closest thing to that, where is? Did I knock that off and not put it back? By the looks of it, yeah. So yeah, it would probably be the guardhouse, which is number 13 on the map if you ask around.
During asking around, would we know that they have hours or if they're open?
I mean, there's always someone in there. You're probably not going to get the captain, but I mean, if you have to get him, someone will wake him up.
Fair enough. We will head that way.
So yeah, heading up the hill towards the guardhouse. You head in, and it looks really familiar. Most of the guardhouses are, I mean, as close to precast as you can get in a fantasy world in CERN. So Luke, you know your way around pretty well. Heading in, there is, like, aside from places where cells and things will be, there is a little almost reception desk, and sitting behind it is a half awake female here. Like, she's trying her hardest, and she looks up for a second, kind of snaps to, "Oh, good evening. Is there something I can help you with?"
Sorry to bother you at this time. We're here to turn in a bounty.
Huh? Okay, what bounty?
The two-headed creature that was plaguing the foothills.
Oh, she digs through. Oh, okay, yeah, Clifton's gonna be really mad. So the bounty is well over what I can just give you. If you can bring in the proof just to confirm for me, I'll go get the quartermaster out so he can award you the bounty?
I mean, if it helps you, we could just show you the proof and come back for it tomorrow.
I mean, sure, if you would like, but according to this, it requires heads, and then you'd just be showing me, and then bring it back tomorrow.
I still have to bring the heads back.
Well, I'm not gonna be the one here, so I mean, do have a somewhat varied party, but it's not like I can just leave a note saying a Dragonborn dropped off these heads.
Alright then, we'll have to get him then.
Alright.
Start getting the heads ready.
Okay. So she takes a quick look at them, gags a little bit, as I mean, they're not the prettiest things. But heads back up towards it, and a few minutes later, in hastily prepared attire, an older man comes down, long, straight black hair, oddly tanned skin for how far north you guys are. Not that tall, but rather well built, comes down. So, you have, and the heads are there. I see. Well, I assume you're the ones who killed whatever this thing was.
That we are.
Well, I mean, I was always curious how we were going to get proof of something we didn't know what it looks like, but if it had both of those heads, then yeah, that fits the bill. And honestly, if you killed a snake that big and a wolf that big, I'm okay paying for it anyways. So, we'll take care of those, and if you'll just follow me, I'll get your payment. And he just walks into a side room, and it looks like, Luke, you know this from experience. This is mainly where, like, an arming station and quartermaster's hall would be in one of these buildings. Now, sorry, I'm just trying to bring something up. Okay, so he heads in, starts counting out coin. When he finishes up, he has a bag, and as you counted through, the bag contains 325 gold pieces.
Alright.
Now, is there anything else I can help you with?
I don't suppose you would know what Verdant Bounty's up to during the low points in season.
Probably heading out for winter hunts more than anything.
What time is it now? Like 2 in the morning?
Probably closer to 1.
Okay. I would probably nudge Luke and say, maybe you ask this like in the morning at a, more appropriate time.
Yeah, you're right. I just can't stop. I need to stop. Thank you,
All right.
Captain.
Well, thank you for putting whatever this was out of our misery. And hopefully you guys can get a good night's rest. I hope I can too at this point. And after you guys head back into the main hall, you see him disappear again back into where the barracks would be.
Alright. Thank the lady as well, and head out. We'll need to turn in these horses and cart, and then we can head back to the Sapphire Inn. Hopefully they have rooms.
So you head back, drop your horses back off again. I actually believe you paid for nights last time. So we will say you are paid up there. And you head back into the Sapphire Shield, which is probably one of the only places in town that is still running in any regard. Heading in, there's a few people sitting, drinking, and enjoying themselves. And unlike the younger woman who was there last night, a familiar face from when you were first here, Luke, the much heavier set older male, is behind the counter. Looks up. Hopefully you're not in for food. We've been closed up on that for a while, and if you want a drink, you might have time for one. We're closing up real soon.
I think we just need some rooms, really.
Alright, just for the 5 of you then?
Yeah, just the 5.
Well, I mean, if you don't mind it being a little cramped, I got 2 rooms left. And each of them can hold 2 people okay, but I guess one of you will have to double bunk. Sorry, I wish I had more, but
Well, alright.
I volunteer for tribute. Once I'm grabbing, I'm gonna hold my hand out for a key. Literally don't care who I'm double bunking with.
alright.
I'll
So yeah, it's 5 silver per room.
Okay, I'll just hand him a gold.
Okay. He sets out 2 different keys.
Luke's gonna look around for the wolf.
The wolf is still outside.
Alright, well, I'm gonna take one of the keys and just head up, unlock a room, and then collapse to the bed after taking off the armor.
Okay. So in some order, you make your way up, fit yourselves into the beds and drift off to a very well-earned sleep, as some of you are probably going to be a little sore in the morning. And I think that's a good place to end it for the night.
Alright, brother.